Now that we've talked about one of the greatest movies that came out yesterday, the Demon Slayer movie, now we're gonna talk about one of the worst movies that came out this year. Maybe not even this year. I'm probably sure the entire century of all movies, this is one of the most gosh awful movies of all time. This takes record for the one of the most worst movies ever. It's a straight out zero reviews on Rotten Tomato. Not, I guess I wouldn't say zero. I guess there's a bit of 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. But gosh darn, I finally agree with some people on Rotten Tomatoes. We've gotten one of the best. This is the greatest movie of all time. It's absolute peak cinema. It's such a terrible movie. It's one of those fun bad movies, which you don't know is, it's fun to watch because it's just so terrible. You really want to watch it because how funny it is, how terrible it is. And I'm so glad it is. Instead of a movie that's terrible, that is so terrible. I'm eating peanut butter, by the way, so I can continue talking about it. And I did watch this movie, and it was so funny. It's so stupid. One of the stupidest movies I ever seen in my entire life. So for those who don't know, the movie is called War of the Worlds. Basically, if you don't know, the War of the World franchise is these alien tripods that came to Earth, and then they kill everyone. And last thing I remember, it was they would die from disease, and it was actually from a book. Originally, it's from a book, but this time this one is made by none other than Amazon. Not only Jeff Bezos has control over the entire industry, the marketing. He wants to take over the film industries and his streaming platform. Lex Luthor really has something there. So yeah, he basically made a movie which is now called War of the Worlds to 2025. You don't know, but I'm smiling over this movie. It is so funny because it's just a really wacky movie. Everything is just amazing. I gotta tell you the whole thing. Obviously, spoiler alert. If you don't want to if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I'm just here to explain the background of this. So basically, this was made by by Amazon Prime, and the synopsis of the movie is basically aliens come into the Earth, and then there's some hackers going on. Blah 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 blah. I'll get to the point. I'll get to the bread and butter of all of it. But first, we're gonna pinpoint out the top, the 10 things in this movie, the little big five and a really big five. Important like music, background, CGI, acting, and sound effects, and then the big one, plot, action, and all the other stuff like lore, characters development, and everything else. So let's begin with little ones. Like for example, the music. I'll give you like a small sequence so I don't make sure your funny bones are broken in the beginning of the movie. There's no music in here. I think this is a horrible movie that you won't listen to. If you're trying to find some like cinematic music, like in Star Wars or an Avatar, there isn't any here, so you're not gonna learn. So yeah, characters now. The CGI is absolutely awful. So if you don't watch the War of the Worlds franchise, you can see that the tripod aliens are so big, but these tripod aliens are basically like terrible CGI aliens that were basically edited. It's like a PNG in the background. So imagine like there was some kind of plain PNG and you could see it, but it's just terribly made, and then they move. That's how much Jeff Bezos put out the budget for this movie. The background is also terrible because it's just a huge green screen. I can tell when the green screen and everything was made just because it was in the back of a green screen. I could make this movie with a few bunch of people, and then damn, we could make it even better, I guess. All right, enough with all the bullshitties, and let's get on to the bread and butter, the grit and nitty to the movie, the actual movie. Now, the style of the movie is basically right here. You're watching me here. So it starts by Ice Cube. The main character is Ice Cube. I think his name is he's an agent. So Ice Cube is an agent. He works in NSA, and he's a hacker. He's an amazing hacker, and he hacks, and he works at the government and to keep an eye on the stuff and fixes everything. So it's basically a criticism for the government. Now, the Ice Cube, while he was working in the top secret agency, it's just him and his face. For those who don't know, if you watch this movie called like something, a horror movie called Frightened, which is basically nobody moves at all. It's just a bunch of screens in here, here, and here. I think it's called Frightened, where holy shit! What the fuck? What? Yow! It's, oh my god! What? That's it. There's nobody moving. There's no action. It's just a bunch of people on the screen sharing the screen. So it's basically that kind of movie, and I don't think it's a bad. I think it is a bad. It's not a bad idea for a movie. I mean, Frightened did a good job about it, I guess, but not with the War of the Worlds. So they're trying to make War of the Worlds with the style of Zoom calls. So they did the Zoom calls, and Ice Cube the only thing that makes this movie great is Ice Cube's reaction. So, for example, when Ice Cube was like the aliens jump out the Earth, and then Ice Cube was like, "Oh no!" And then he opens his glasses. Damn. And then he opens his glasses. It's basically me. I'm basically recording this with my laptop or using my phone. And then he starts typing and doing a bunch of hacking stuff. It's not even hacking. He's just pressing a bunch of tabs and then opening this, and it's like you right click and it says hack, copy, paste, and it just happens. So I don't think Ice Cube is in the hacking universe here. So honestly, Ice Cube, I do kind of like Ice Cube. I like him in 23 or 24. I don't know. He was in 23 Jump Street, and I really like his character, and he was really funny. However, I don't think he tried too much with here, especially with the other characters. So Ice Cube has a family, and her wife passed away, and he has kids. So let's start with the mom. The mom is absolutely dead. So so Ice Cube keeps replaying this AI voice of her telling to take out the trash and be nice to the kids, because it was the last thing he showed. And honestly, if your wife told you to be nice with the kids, and I don't know what kind of father you are. I mean, it's Ice Cube basically just sitting there being like a Discord mod, reacting to everything all at once. It just happens, like the weather and everything, and also the aliens coming down to space. And I don't think Ice Cube did a very good job with reacting. He could have done like a PogChamp face, like all he did was like he was reacting like looking at that one GIF from Instagram, like, huh? Oh, hell. That's basically Ice Cube's reaction. There's nothing more. It's just that he screams sometimes. So he's also a huge creep. So he has a son and daughter. So the daughter is pregnant, okay? And he tries to, spies on everything. He spies on everything, on his fridge, where she goes to work. She's working he's a biologist or something. He's a master biologist, I think so. And his son is a deadbeat gamer, and he tells him, "Hey, you should get a job, and typical dad things." And obviously, the kid and he had several relations with it, which is doesn't make any sense at all. And the daughter, since she was pregnant, she was just spying on everyone. He's spying on where his son's going and spying on where everybody else is going. That includes, on what she's watching her fridge. And then he FaceTimes her daughter and said, "Really, a muffin?" Because she was eating a muffin instead of anything healthy because she was pregnant. Like, you eating a muffin? Like, this guy is the obviously the most creepiest person. I'm so glad that the wife wasn't here, because what a creep that this dad is. He's spying on everyone. He's spying on his daughter, wife, and he's spying on everyone. So anyways, back to the actual movie. Ice Cube finds out that there's this hacker, something called the I forgot what's his name. So his name is Goliath, and he said he's going to reveal everything, and he is a hacker. He's going to in dark phase here. He's wearing like typical hacker things, like I don't know what's his name. And this is where the parts of the aliens would come in. So when he was looking at his computer, and then let's just say the aliens come in, because I don't really care about how the aliens come in. They come in, and then they started annihilating everything. And obviously the CGI was very terrible. This is like, college students' first time, editing their own movie. And of course the kids don't even try to do anything with their acting, and neither does the animators. They didn't try just a tiny bit to just get their paychecks and be gone with it. So anyways, yeah. There was also this NASA girl who is like an idiot, because he went to the alien corpses that would fall there, and he's like, he went closer. It's really cold. It's really cold, because Ice Cube told him to go touch it and something, and then he died. Yeah. So that's all I know about the lady. I'm telling you, this whole movie was so funny. It's also forgettable, because it's just how funny and stupid it is. Every part of the movie was either just to make me laugh, or just to make me, scratching my head, whether if I, wanted to watch something important, or when there's like actual plot relevance. Back to the aliens thing. I forgot to mention that Ice Cube's daughter is a Amazon delivery driver. So yeah, her wife is also like a marine, like a biologist. Sure, man, whatever. But don't worry, there's a reason why this guy is an Amazon delivery driver. So he calls a few of his friends and start making the alliance thing, that correlation, and it's just there. It happens. The alliance of making people. So yeah, the aliens continue this, and then they find out that the aliens consume data, and then the whole movie is just a bunch of them talking about they're eating our data. Ice Cube is just, I see, they're eating our data. So that's what they're up to. And because they're eating their data, a bunch of stuff don't work, like airplanes and helicopters and medical places, and electricity won't work. But I don't know how streaming Zoom calls, the internet is still working, I guess. Who cares? Because this movie makes no sense, neither anything else. And then there's him watching a bunch of news, like Fox News. And it's so funny, because there's this lady who was doing it on a microphone. It was like, I reported here, and then the aliens fall right beside her, and the CGI was just so terrible. I don't know what happened. I think they just give up. Like, okay, this is as far as I can go. I think I'm gonna stop now. Everything is just so not worth it. I think people were just so lazy, and then they didn't want to make this movie. It's basically them just running and holding the phone. So examples like this. I'm coming, Dad. I'm coming. Oh no, I trip. And also, there's another scene like, it's gonna be okay. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then, oh no, and then more explosions coming in from the bottom. There's nothing else to talk more about this movie. It's just how funny it is, because everything is, everybody's not like putting a single effort to this movie. It's like everybody's just racing over the paycheck. Jeff Bezos was just giving out money all over. And this movie is basically like Skibidi Toilet, with all the the Skibidi Toilets are the aliens, and the TV heads are the the people who watches, like Ice Cube. So basically, yeah, I did a brain rot reference. Now, after they find out that the aliens, they consume the data. After they consume the data, they realize we need to give them our data or something. I don't know. So they're planning to destroy it by putting a chip or something into their data, and then they send it through the data or something. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I actually told you this movie is mind-bogglingly funny and stupid, so it's crazy. Ice Cube continues to tell the Goliath, like the hacker guy, and then he finds out a few minutes later, and who could have guessed the hacker is his own son. Shocker. And then he goes like, my own son! My own son! How could you? It's basically that fist fight movie when he was so mad at who changed like the channel when he showed his symbol. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? I gotta be honest with you, the Ice Cube's reaction and acting is the only thing that can save this movie other than anything else with the other bad actors and terrible CGI. And also Ice Cube's like creepy stalking of his family. So anyways, yeah, they all work together. So I guess they had to work with this computer chip or something. I forgot. And then this is one of the funniest thing ever. Ice Cube. So in the ending in the movie, Ice Cube has to order a drone through Amazon because their daughter's husband told him you gotta order a drone on Amazon. So he did. So it's just this. So there was this scene of him ordering a drone. Okay, I need to stop. He orders the drone. He orders the drone to fly over around the aliens all the way to his office. So after that, the drone fell, and they can't move it. So it got caught by the aliens. It was amazing. They were flying everywhere, and then there was this. So I gotta need to stop forgetting about stuff because most importantly, this movie was also made in a shoestring budget, I think. So closing to the end of the movie, the drone falls, and then after the drone falls, you need someone to pick it up, and I can't you not, the one who saves this movie, who saves the world, was this homeless guy. And he told this homeless guy to lift up and put the drone back to place. And if you do, we'll give you $1,000 Amazon gift card. That's a good idea. Giving a homeless man who probably doesn't have a phone and $1,000 Amazon gift card. Damn, it's Ice Cube is such a genius, or the Amazon delivery driver is such a genius. Who would have thought that a homeless man just needs $1,000 Amazon gift card to save the world? Who can do anything? I don't even know why that homeless man was even there. I don't know why he just left the city. So yeah, he puts back the drone and then he flips it and then he flies it around the city and brings back the data. I think something, the data destroyer or whatever, to Ice Cube. And then he finally gets up of his chair, just like a Discord mod that finally needs to take a shower. He rushes all the way to this secret base thing. He can't open it, so he finally trusted his son. Hey son, can you open this door? And now his son respects him or something, I don't know. And then in the final phase, Ice Cube was attacked by a tentacle anime, and then he got roped over. He was trying to put in the data, and it cuts to black. That's it. That's the end of the movie. I'm so done explaining it to you guys. So yeah, the movie's awful. Terrible writing, terrible script, terrible acting, terrible CGI, terrible background, terrible music. There's no actual music. Everything was terrible. The only thing that this movie was worth for is for the laughs and giggles, and also Ice Cube just reacting. It's just Ice Cube react. And the world is saved by Amazon. Because this was entirely an Amazon movie, so it's basically Amazon the movie. How Amazon can save the world, so everyone can enjoy Amazon gift cards. That's basically it, I guess. The Amazon movie, War of the Worlds movie by Ice Cube. I'm pretty sure rent is not that expensive, Mr. Ice Cube or other actors who are doing this. Maybe not, I don't know. So, plug it into the Radometer. Movie Radometer. I'm going to give War of the Worlds, starring by Ice Cube 2025, a drumroll please. A 1. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot my pen and paper again. Yeah, this is the first ever 1 out of 10 movie because